Transition. All right, we're transitioning.
All right,
We're-
don't let me keep you.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh!
And for the last like half hour, so
You were what?
holding on to that line, just waiting for it.
Oh,
It's good. It's good.
you can hang out. It's great. It's a good time for anyone who's not playing Dune.
I
Play
have
Dune.
such a massive backlog of games that I can't handle another big
But
one
here's
like
the thing,
that.
because we were talking about
I really want to open
friends.
with something though with this because anybody that knows me knows that I like been playing Star Citizen exclusively for the past fucking 6 years.
Wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. What about this whole
No, don't. There's other. Okay, I do not spend the amount of time in any other game like I did in Star Citizen.
Okay, but
I mean, I have thousands and thousands of hours in Star Citizen.
What do you mean? You talking about the baby game?
he plays he's a grown man playing a child's game.
I know, like little action figures.
I mean, I love Lego Star Wars, so I can't. I play a legitimate children's game.
Well, that's culture. That's different.
What game is this? What game is this?
That I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, he got you there.
Solid.
That's
Good
just
game.
come on.
Come
But
on.
no, let me just like seriously, this game, Dune, I went into it like I just wanted to start it. I was like, I'm gonna try it out. I'm really looking for a second game and everything to play when SC is being SC. And I haven't gotten chills or like so enthralled in a story since like Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh wow.
The story was so well done. And I didn't even like the movies. I thought the movies were just kind of but this was it's fantastic. And then you get into this gameplay. It's a bit of a slog at the beginning, of course. Like, okay, I gotta go get more stone. I gotta go do this. But now that we've linked up and we have this guild house going, and we're playing together, and we're like posting what we need to get, and we got our thropters, and it's something. It is really good. And I really hope we get elements that we're seeing in here into Star Citizen when like the base building and then the economy and the all that stuff starts to come on. If they do it in a style like this, which I mean is kind of, I mean, it's not really exclusive to Dune, right? But
no, but you know what? It does look like they're kind of going that way with some things, like the whole base building thing. Like, how are you going to do that? It does worry me. Because I don't. All the bases are made of the same materials right now, and I get it because it's Dune. I don't think that would work as well in Star Citizen, and you would have to have more variety because there's so much like alien world
well,
and
no,
alien this.
exactly.
Dune, everything's samey. Right?
And that's
So
and I was thinking about that. You know how we talked last week about the money thing, right? About where money drying up and stuff. Playing and Dune has shown that if you sell like the base cosmetics and stuff, you know how much money they could make. And I'm talking CIG, like selling all these cosmetics for the bases because people are going to want to show off their bases.
Yep. Of course.
I mean, there is such a huge market there that they could get into, and just the part that like we are having to go out and mine materials for a reason is that would be huge in Star Citizen. Actually, give us a reason. That's like, I mean, when we do that, I'm just saying, playing a game where you have to do that really shows it to me.
I would do industry all the time in Star Citizen if I could feel like I'm building towards something. Like I want to get into base building. It is something I absolutely want to do. I want to build a base. I want to invest in that sort of thing. And that's why I just don't do industry. Like, yeah, sure, we've got our industry nights every now and then. We do stuff, and I hop in and I'll join them. But I just won't do it as a regular loop because it feels pointless right now.
Exactly. You're doing it just for the sake of doing it. And that's all fine and dandy in the, but there's a reason why there's been a pretty big shift from industry to combat in our org. I mean, at least I feel like it's
Oh yeah,
shifted
because there's not
that way
much.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do with it? It's kind of like lame to like keep mining or salvaging for nothing.
And look at the like when we lose the components and the hunting that like Broccoli and I and Hobo and well everybody here we go into the contested zones to get this stuff because we have a reason to do it, and it's such a big drive. And this game just really showed me that like if these elements come over to Star Citizen, they are like they got it.
Yeah, that's it.
They're gonna be so big and doing so good because of the fidelity that they have. Because Dune's a little bit. It looks good, but it's not. It's no Star Citizen.
Well, it's
It's
kind of
not even close.
nostalgic. Like it makes me feel like I'm playing, like an old RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really, it's just really something else. I don't know, because I thought it would be like I'm not a big fan of MMOs in general, which is why it's so weird that I played Star Citizen. So I was like, oh man. But then I came into this game and it just I'm playing it with a controller,
To the
and it
left
just
is the
felt
base.
yeah, I see it, and it just felt really really natural. It's like I got like a wheel, and I can just yeah. I don't know. I'm loving it. I'm having a real good time with it, and I don't like the grind in the beginning, the early game grind of video games. I'm like mid late game, that's different, but the early game grind. And so having you guys just take me to the base.
Well, in this game, the reason you want to do it is because it there's so many this this game in the beginning of the game, it kind of spoon feeds you into what you need to do. And it kind of teaches you by doing and forces you to do certain things. And I think that's an awesome way to introduce a game. Just to say, okay, this is what you're doing, this is how you do it. Go do this mission, and then it spoon feeds you, it drip feeds you this one aspect of the game. How resource gathering, where do you get weapons from, and it's everything is explained through like a questing system, and it was very well done.
And I just and one thing before we get to one thing that I do love, and we have talked about this, like opening up to the larger org, well, not opening it up, but telling the larger org, like, hey, listen, you really don't need to be super grindy. You can come in, we have the hardcore people like Wicked Cadoyle and I that are going out bringing back thousands of ore to build stuff. We can build it for you, give it to you. And you're at the same level of fighting more or less as us, except your skills and stuff. But but if you want to just
Right.
go out, shoot your gun, use your knife, armor, you're wearing the same armor as us. You
Yep.
are doing the same amount of damage aside from skills. You're doing the same amount of damage as us.
Yep.
Like that's there. It's not where when I was when I was thinking of MMOs, it's like it's level locked. Like, oh, I can't go over there because I'm not a high enough level. But here, pretty soon we're gonna have our thopters that can carry more than one person. You can hop in with us and go. And that's pretty neat. And it really opens it up if other people want to come in and try it, which we've had quite the influx.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I mean, I started yesterday, and just by coming here, just by getting this gun, like I didn't have to grind for this gun or anything. I could just get it. Now I'm like, I'm not quite equal as you because I am a lower level, but it's not really it's
Well,
not your player level that matters. It's like the things you acquire.
well, it does somewhat, because some of these skills that you get through leveling to fill out your skill tree, it's going to become significant, especially as you get into higher tier areas, because the enemies do get tougher. They become more difficult to kill. And obviously, if you're with a group of geared and leveled people, that's a whole different thing. but like you wouldn't be able to go there solo or even get close to it. Like right now, you don't even belong in this area. You're too low level. You should be in the starting zone doing the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Well, I did some missions though. I did in this area. I did the first Atreides mission today.
But what I mean by it is we can bring guildies here,
Yeah.
get them equipped with this high stuff. Then they can just go out and casually do missions and casually level.
Mm.
But they're like in a good spot and they can come with us. And
Yeah.
in a way, that's almost like doing contested zones in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have these people that know the ins and outs, and we're able to look at the people we've linked up with. So it's nice to see like that, like, oh, you can't come with us here because you're not level 60 or whatever. You know, it's like, no, you can come there, stand back, play, tactic.
Yeah, be a support role.
Exactly. And the mining and stuff, like you going out in the buggy to go mining, it's like Star Citizen where you go out with somebody and you're mining, supporting each other, whatever. You can do that here. You can hop in the buggy, go out and contribute to the guild, contribute to the base, our armor, everything.
Yeah,
You
but
don't have to
also
be
it's
level 60.
fun. It's not like clicky tap the thing. Oh shit! Sorry, it's not like I've just jumped off a cliff. But it's like the combat's good. The knife play, I was really impressed with the swords and the knife. It does feel very Assassin's Creedy, where like you want to kind of counter and then stab them. But it works.
Yeah, but it's more than like Assassin's Creed is kind of, just you click and you're killing them, right? Here, the combat does feel really good because you are, especially knife fighting, you're timing out when they're swinging so you can knock them back, and then
Yep.
you go in for the slow kill. You got to figure out when to go in slow kill, and then you have to watch your stamina, like where you are with the stamina. See, it's like there's a whole, and just fighting NPCs is like a whole thing. It's fun just to fight NPCs, whereas
They're good too.
they are really good.
Yeah,
And in
they're
Star
really good.
Citizen, it's just they've gotten, well, obviously Star Citizen's gotten like way better because when we used to do bunkers, they used to just stand there. But it's yeah, it's really, really good.
I mean, I would encourage anyone to play Dune. Wicket, man, you're the one who got us all wrapped into this.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Dune?
Well, I can tell you this. Early access is over, so now the base game is $50. And if nothing else, I think in my mind, the $50 is worth the price just to play the main story quest. It's that good. It's almost like I don't know if you guys have ever played Warframe. I've got thousands of
Yeah.
hours in Warframe. And I don't know if you ever did the War Within. That's like a cinematic story quest. It's like akin to that, where you're not necessarily the main character of the story. You are a character in a story that's ongoing. You play your role in it, and I guess you're kind of main character-y, but like main character adjacent. And it's like a cinematic quest. It's almost like an active. It's almost like being not reading the novel. You're actually participating in a book. It seems like to me. Maybe
But there
that's a
is no
little.
Paul, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, there
There's
is no
no Paul Atreides.
Paul. Not in the Paul Atreides. Instead of, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but Paul Atreides is not part of the deal. He is not born in this reality. Because if you remember the books and you remember the movies, his mother Jessica is a Bene Gesserit, which are the witches, Murphy, and they have this breeding program because they're trying to breed some super being by crossing the bloodlines of all these royal houses and stuff. That's the lore of the game of the story, and she was told to only bear daughters to her betrothed, and in the books, in the real world, she went against that and decided to have a son. And that fucking turned the apple cart upside down. Well, in the Dune Awakening story, she didn't have a son. She had a daughter, as she was told. So now we're in a new story with him not in it, and that's what's playing out in Dune Awakening. The cool part about this whole thing was that as you like, the story kind of starts out slow and plotting a little bit, like a lot of stories. There's a lot of narrative, there's a lot of expose, there's a lot of getting you invested in everything, kind of. And as your character becomes stronger and it takes you to different areas in the game, you start figuring out what's going on, and you're tasked to do these missions that take you all over the world. And in the end, everything ties back to the very beginning kind of the story, and it just makes a perfect circle. To me, it's like chef's kiss as far as game MSQs. And if you don't know what MSQs, main story quests, um, they call them journeys, or journey. Yeah, it's just journeys, and it is a journey. It's a long several. I don't. If you're slow, it'll probably take you 40 hours to get through it. Maybe if you're fast, a lot faster than that. Probably half the time, if not faster, if you wanted to. Um, and you can do a story, then you can concentrate on base building, working with your team. You can go back and do more of the story. Oh, now you've discovered a new recipe that requires new resources. Well, how do I get those new resources? Oh, I need this new tool to get these resources. And it all ties together. The gameplay, the main story quest, character development, it's just so well done. I'm shocked how well done this game is. I was not expecting this. I was expecting kind of a grindy,
Yeah.
Funcom, Conan Exile type experience, but that's not at all what's going on here. It's some of that, of course. That's their DNA of how they make games, and there's some jank to it, yes. And they've had some server instability. They've had some problems, but overall, it's been fine. It's played very well. People that are not even MMO players. Perfect example is Murphy. He was hesitant forever to even play this because of the type of game it is. He's not a fan of this type of game, and the other night he probably spent 5-6 hours just doing stuff on changing the base around, building on the base, and just had a ball, from what I could tell. Didn't even do any questing or anything. He just messed with the base.
Yeah.
And-
That's what I mean. The way that they made it so you don't have to do the same task over and over and over. You can totally do it if you want, but you don't have to.
Why don't you have to? Like, if I need a shit ton of ore, how do I, don't I have to grind it?
If you want to play solo, but that's the same in anything, right? That's what I'm saying. We have people that are enjoying doing it, and this goes into the having friends thing, like the whole base of the show today. We have people that enjoy doing it. I actually enjoy going out mining and doing it because, like we were saying, if there's a reason to do that, it just makes it all the more worth it. And especially when there's some risk involved. Wicca got eaten. I got eaten by the worm.
Oh, you did? How was that?
Oh yeah, it sucks
You
because you
lose
lose everything,
everything.
so it's not enjoyable. But
Everything.
just
I had to sprint. I just sprint across the sands right now.
Well, see, we went to what's the spice melange is that thing that everybody's fighting for and wanting. There was one right by our base. Initially, we saw it was just bubbling on the ground, and we couldn't figure out what was happening. We thought we could just harvest that. Then it turned out, oh no, that's what it looks like before it blows, and then you can harvest it. And in the game, it's this gigantic, super loud explosion that you can hear for kilometers away. It's just like it shakes your base and stuff. It's so explosive. And then there's all this purple shit. You love purple. It's all over the ground.
Love
You have
it.
this tool that piles it up into little piles, and then you scoop them up. Well, I did one pile, I scooped it up, scooped up another pile, scooped up a third, and I said, okay, I can go for a fourth. And just as I picked up my fourth pile of spice, and I was getting on my thopter, and just hit E to get into the thopter, was taking off, was already airborne about, a meter or two off the ground, and here comes the worm and eats me and my thopter. So then you respawn in this spice area, the spice dream, and the guy talks to you. And there's some spoilers in there. I won't tell you what those are, but you basically wake up in your boxer briefs, and you have to start from scratch. So there is a consequence to death.
I love that.
And it took me like 2 hours to get back to close to where I was before, gear wise.
And the cool thing,
it would have taken 5 or 6 hours if I didn't have a guild around me to help me get back on my feet.
and the cool, and then, well, that's the cool thing where I say like the grinding and stuff, going out collecting resources, so we could die. And I was like about to leave, but I was like, I gotta help him. He helped me, I gotta help him. I went out and I just started collecting water. Like you collect water off the plants, and I'm bringing it back because there's a whole reason to be doing that, right?
Right.
So I'm bringing it back for Wicked, getting him all set up, and it's just it's to have that reason changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you doing any quests now, or are you guys at the part where like you're kind of done doing quests?
No, there's always going to be quests because like right now we've pledged to House Atreides, and then that house is going to give us missions to go on. And as we complete those missions, it's going to give us rank. And then eventually the higher your rank is, that opens up vendors that we can then explore and buy from. And then there's a whole end game competitive system where the two factions, the Harkonnens and the Atreides, they vie for control of the Landsraad Council, which is like the governing body in this universe. And whoever controls it, either House Atreides or House Harkonnen, they get to choose from one of three different buffs that house enjoys for the week. So last week the Harkonnens won, which was the first week basically of the entire game, which was early access. So they got 4 points and the Atreides got 0 points, so that automatically gave them the win. And they chose that all crafting was 25% cheaper. So 25% less mats for all crafting for a week, which is a huge thing, especially early on in the game where you only have to get 75% of it something to make it, which gives them a big leg up on getting their economy started, getting their crafting going, getting everything they need to be efficient in getting the stuff they need. Because look, face it, you're going to lose stuff, and there's wear and tear on items that you have to repair, and it all works together. Everything that you do, there's a reason to do it, which Murphy keeps bringing up, which is a powerful motivator to get you to do stuff.
Could I have the ability to build in our base?
In this base that we have, no.
Yeah. This is Red Scar 1.
Yeah.
Right, I want to...
Not yet. You have to earn that, right?
Oh, well, then, where do I gotta build this thing? So I gotta make my own base now?
No, what are you trying to make?
Well, it says construct or interact with a fabricator. But you only have the ship fabricator. Do you have like a regular...
No, we tore it down. But
Oh,
if you go to my base, which I marked for you, there's the kind that you need is there.
I could just build one though if I could build here.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Oh man. So you're gonna
This-
send me out there all alone?
well, this is why I told you need to learn how to do all this stuff. It's important to know.
Can I take one of your cars
Here's the
or your
thing.
bikes?
I already have all the parts you need to make a bike
All right.
for you set aside. Okay.
Yeah.
Thing is, there's a mission in the game that tells you build a bike.
No, I
If
know.
you were-
I see it. Yeah.
If you are you on that? Do you have that mission?
I have that mission. But what about this? This big ol' tank thing?
No,
What if we took this?
no. If you take that and something happens, Kadoyle would be crying. That's his
Well,
baby. That's his pride and joy.
did it take him a long time to build it?
Yeah, it took us all a long time.
So it's got like 4 treads instead of wheels, and it's
Yes,
got like a big gun on top.
it's a laser. It's a mining. This is a mining ship, basically.
Oh, it's for mining?
Yeah.
Oh no, we need something with guns.
No, that's later. So you have the mission to build the bike.
Yeah, I have a bunch of like build this missions.
Specifically, do you have the one?
Sandbike chassis Mark 1. I'll build the bike. I'm just gonna build it.
I already have all the parts for you.
Well, I got the parts myself.
Okay, good.
All right.
Now,
All right.
now
Well, let's remember we are doing a show here.
well, you're the one who brought all this up.
No,
Like,
yeah,
you
you're
can
right.
edit it. You can edit it later.
No, we leave it in. We leave it in. It's
All
content.
right.
So I
Okay.
just built a bike in the back, bike fabricator, but there's no bike there.
No, it builds parts. Then you have a tool to assemble it. If you would follow the story quest and the quest,
Oh my
it would teach you how to.
gosh. I just want a
Listen.
cape.
Huh?
All right. Well,
Okay, for you.
you guys want to say anything else about Dune, and then I'll stop the recording.
Yeah, if
You're on
you,
the you're on the fence, do it.
it's worth it. If you do nothing else but just play the game long enough to finish the story, it'll be worth the $50 you spent.
Yeah, 100%. And you can be Bene Gesserit, and it looks beautiful. And the worms, I mean,
They're scary.
the worms are really, really well done. As good as Star Citizen's worm is, I mean, the Dune worm. They had to nail it, and I think they did. I haven't gotten eaten by one yet, though. So, all right. Well, that's Open Comms Radio, the Dune edition. Oh, Tav, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Have checked out.
Tab-
Checked out hours ago.
I mean, I've been listening to y'all go on about it.
Tav, say something nice about Dune.
Well, I mean, I'm intrigued. I was worried about the clicky that is a lot of MMOs, but you seem to. It seems like it's entertaining the whole ride through. You know, from the story. It does seem like I would need to find obviously people if I were to pick it up. But at $50, that's a. Hey, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it's you have people. You have a whole there's a whole group of us from Star Citizen that are playing together. Well, I'll put it to you this way: there's a lot of people that are part of our group that some of them are on more than others, and then some folks have decided that I want to be part of the group, but I want to do my own thing for a while. But then when we get to the more higher end stuff and the PvP stuff, then I'll join up with you guys. And of course, they come over, and when they need stuff, they come over to the guild house to Red Scar 1. You know, I caught one the other day poking his nose into all our boxes the other night. Which I say that in jest. I didn't catch anybody. It's free for anybody who needs stuff. It's there for everybody.
Nice. So, I mean, it sounds interesting. I'll have to give it another look.
Oh yeah. Well,
I just don't like. I don't like the grind. I can't. No mining. No.
I'm trying to
collecting.
avoid
I'd
the
rather
grind.
if somebody was just like, can you just hold this gun and watch this empty desert? I would prefer to do that than mine. Like, that's what I do. Guard this. Oh yeah, I'll guard that for 2 hours. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit here.
It's a different. It's not mining like what you think. It's a whole different thing.
I'll have to watch one of y'all's streams.
Do you guys want to go kill some slavers right now?
Do you want to do your missions?
Yeah. Do you want to do
Why
them
don't
with me?
you
I
want me
just
to?
don't want to go out alone, dude.
Do you want me to take you back to the area you're supposed to be in?
Yeah, I just want to play with you guys.
I'll
That's
go
the
with
thing.
you. I'll go with you.